Hearthhull, the Worldseed. Hearthhull is an ancient living Eumidian spacecraft that carries a brood of seed pods across the stars. Fully conscious and deeply protective, it guards the Eumidians of Evendo against those seeking to exploit their world. Hearthhull uses creatures to accumulate charge counters through its station ability, unlocking its effects at specific thresholds. It can sacrifice lands to draw cards and permit additional land plays, eventually becoming a formidable creature that damages each opponent whenever a land is sacrificed. A Hearthhull deck employing a lands matter strategy is focused on repeatedly playing, sacrificing, and recovering lands. This cycle generates card advantage, mana, landfall triggers, and widespread damage, allowing the deck to gradually overwhelm its opponents. Combo ideas for Hearthhull decks. Combo number 1. Lotus Cobra, plus Badgermole Cub, plus Springheart Nantuko. Required conditions: 1. Lotus Cobra is on your battlefield. 2. Badgermole Cub is in your hand. 3. Springheart Nantuko is in your hand. 4. You have an untapped land on your battlefield. 5. You have a land card in hand. 6. You are able to play a land this turn. 7. You have enough mana to cast Badgermole Cub. Combo activation steps: 1. Cast Badgermole Cub. 2. Badgermole Cub ETB ability triggers, then earthbend target land you control, making it a creature with haste, and put a +1/+1 counter on it. 3. Activate the animated land for mana, and tap it, adding at least a generic mana, plus an additional green mana due to Badgermole Cub ability. 4. Cast Springheart Nantuko for its bestow cost, then attach it to the animated land. 5. Play a land card. 6. When the land enters the battlefield, Lotus Cobra and Springheart Nantuko trigger. 7. Holding priority, activate the land just entered, and tap it, adding at least a generic mana. 8. Resolve the Lotus Cobra trigger first, adding a green mana to your mana pool. 9. Resolve the Springheart Nantuko trigger next, then choose to pay to create a token copy of the land it is attached to. 10. Repeat from step 6. Combo results: 1. Infinite landfall triggers. 2. Infinite tapped land tokens. Combo number 2. Squandered resources, plus Shifting Woodland, plus Amulet of Vigor, plus Aftermath Analyst. Required conditions: 1. Squandered resources is on your battlefield. 2. Shifting Woodland is on your battlefield. 3. Amulet of Vigor is on your battlefield. 4. Aftermath Analyst is in your graveyard. 5. You have achieved Delirium. 6. You control at least 4 other mana producing lands, 2 of which can tap to produce at least a green mana. Combo activation steps: 1. Activate all lands you control for mana, including Shifting Woodland, and tap them. 2. Activate Squandered resources by sacrificing any land, except Shifting Woodland. 3. Repeat step 1 until you control no other mana producing lands, except Shifting Woodland. 4. Activate Shifting Woodland's second ability, causing it to become a copy of Aftermath Analyst until end of turn. 5. Using Aftermath Analyst's ability, activate Shifting Woodland, and sacrifice it, then return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped, including Shifting Woodland itself. 6. Amulet of Vigor triggers for each tapped lands entering the battlefield, then untap each of them. 7. Repeat. Combo results: 1. Infinite LTB triggers. 2. Infinite Sacrifice triggers. 3. Infinite Landfall triggers. 4. Infinite mana that lands you control can produce. Combo number 3. Ashaya, Soul of the Wild, plus Quirion Ranger. Required conditions: 1. Ashaya Soul of the Wild is on your battlefield. 2. Quirion Ranger is on your battlefield. 3. You control another non-token creature that does not have summoning sickness. Combo activation steps: 1. All non-token creatures you control are forest lands due to Ashaya. 2. Activate a non-token creature you control that does not have summoning sickness, and tap it, adding a green mana to your mana pool. 3. Activate Quirion Ranger, and choose to return itself from the battlefield to your hand. Then untap a non-token creature you control. 4. Cast Quirion Ranger. 5. Repeat from step 2. Combo results. 1. Infinite ETB triggers. 2. Infinite LTB triggers. 3. Infinite Landfall triggers. Combo number 4. Mirrorpool plus Horizon Explorer plus Zuran Orb plus Splendid Reclamation. Required conditions. 1. Mirrorpool is on your battlefield. 2. Horizon Explorer is on your battlefield. 3. Zuran Orb is on your battlefield. 4. Splendid Reclamation is in your hand. 5. You control lands that can produce enough mana to activate Mirrorpool's second ability. 6. You have enough mana to cast Splendid Reclamation. Combo activation steps. 1. Cast Splendid Reclamation. 2. Holding priority, activate any number of lands you control except Mirrorpool, and tap them, adding at least 2 generic mana and a colorless mana. 3. Activate Zuran Orb, and sacrifice a land other than Mirrorpool. 4. Repeat step 3 until Mirrorpool is the only land you control. 5. Activate Mirrorpool's second ability, then tap and sacrifice it, copying Splendid Reclamation. 6. Resolve the Splendid Reclamation copy, then return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield, and tap 2 to Horizon Explorer. 7. Repeat from step 2. Combo results. 1. Infinite Landfall triggers. 2. Infinite life gain. 3. Infinite mana that lands you control can produce. Combo number 5. The Gitrog monster, plus Skirge Familiar, plus Dakmor Salvage. Required conditions. 1. The Gitrog monster is on your battlefield. 2. Skirge Familiar is on your battlefield. 3. Dakmor Salvage is in your hand. 4. You have at least 2 cards remaining in your library. Combo activation steps. 1. Activate Skirge Familiar, then choose to discard Dakmor Salvage, adding a black mana to your mana pool. 2. When Dakmor Salvage enters your graveyard, the Gitrog monster's card draw ability triggers. 3. Dakmor Salvage's Dredge ability activates, choosing to mill 2 cards, and return Dakmor Salvage from your graveyard to your hand. 4. Repeat. Combo results. 1. Near infinite black mana. 2. Near infinite self-mill. 3. Near infinite discard triggers.
Hi Commander, if you are new here, welcome to our channel. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click that bell icon to get notified every time we post a new video. Enjoy!
Non-game changer spells that are commonly found in Hearthhull decks. The Gitrog monster. Sacrifice rewards. Sacrificing a land to Hearthhull draws 2 cards through its ability, while the Gitrog monster draws an additional card when that land enters the graveyard. Additional land plays. The Gitrog monster permits an additional land play each turn, complementing Hearthhull's similar effect and helping the deck replace sacrificed lands rapidly. Sustained Land Engine. The Gitrog monster converts land sacrifices, fetch lands, self-mill, and discarded lands into card advantage, supplying the resources needed to maintain Hearthhull's deck strategy. Splendid Reclamation. Mass Land Recovery. Splendid Reclamation returns every land sacrificed through Hearthhull and other effects, restoring the deck's mana resources in a single action. Triggers Landfall Surge. Returning multiple lands simultaneously can trigger each of the deck's landfall abilities for every land entering the battlefield. Engine Renewal. The recovered lands provide fresh resources for future sacrifices, allowing Hearthhull to continue generating card advantage, additional land plays, and damage against each opponent. Aftermath Analyst. Graveyard Setup. Aftermath Analyst mills 3 cards when it enters, potentially placing lands into the graveyard for later recovery. Mass Land Recovery. Its activated ability returns every land from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped, recovering lands sacrificed to Hearthhull and other effects. Triggers Landfall Surge. Returning multiple lands simultaneously produces numerous landfall triggers, and replenishes the deck with lands that can be sacrificed again for Hearthhull's card draw and opponent-wide damage. Korvold, Fae-Cursed King. Shared sacrifices. Every land sacrificed to activate Hearthhull also triggers Korvold, placing a +1/+1 counter on it, and drawing an additional card. Accelerated growth. Fetch lands and other land sacrifice effects continuously strengthen Korvold, while advancing Hearthhull's land-based game plan. Powerful advantage. Korvold transforms each sacrificed land into card advantage, while an activated Hearthhull provides to more cards and an additional land play, creating a highly efficient engine. Oracle of Daya. Additional land. Oracle of Daya provides another land play each turn, helping replace lands sacrificed to Hearthhull, while accelerating mana development. Library access. Playing lands directly from the top of the library preserves cards in hand, and can reveal a new card for Hearthhull's draw ability to access. Engine continuity. Oracle's additional land allowance combines cumulatively with Hearthhull's effect, enabling multiple lands to be played during the turn and sustaining the deck's cycle of playing, sacrificing, and recovering lands. Horizon Explorer. Untapped recovery. Horizon Explorer allows lands returned by mass recursion effects to enter untapped, immediately restoring the mana needed to continue Hearthhull's sacrifice engine. Lander Ramp. Attacking each opponent creates separate lander tokens that can be sacrificed to search for basic lands, accelerating mana development and supplying additional landfall triggers. Resource cycling. The additional lands obtained through lander tokens can later be sacrificed to Hearthhull for cards, extra land plays, and opponent-wide life loss. Harrow. Sacrifice trigger. Harrow sacrifices a land as part of its casting cost, triggering Hearthhull's opponent-wide life loss ability once the spacecraft has at least 8 charge counters. Land acceleration. Harrow replaces one sacrificed land with up to 2 basic lands, increasing the deck's total land count without consuming its normal land play for the turn. Landfall value. The 2 basic lands enter simultaneously and untapped, producing multiple landfall triggers while providing immediate mana for additional spells. Titania, Protector of Argoth. Land recovery. Titania returns a land from the graveyard when she enters, recovering a land previously sacrificed to Hearthhull for renewed mana production or future sacrifice. Elemental production. Each land sacrificed moves from the battlefield to the graveyard, causing Titania to create a powerful 5/3 green elemental creature token. Station support. Titania's 5/3 elemental tokens can contribute 5 charge counters each through Hearthhull's station ability, helping it reach the 8 counter threshold, while land sacrifices build a threatening battlefield. Szarel, Genesis Shepherd. Land reuse. Szarel allows lands sacrificed to Hearthhull to be played from the graveyard, sustaining the deck's recurring cycle of playing and sacrificing lands. Creature growth. Sacrificing a non-token land to activate Hearthhull during your turn triggers Szarel, placing +1/+1 counters equal to Szarel's power on another target creature. Station support. Szarel's counters can create a high-power creature that places more charge counters on Hearthhull through station, helping it reach the 8 counter threshold more efficiently. Nature's Lore. Efficient ramp. Nature's Lore places a forest directly onto the battlefield, accelerating the mana needed to cast spells or activate abilities. Flexible land selection. It can find any land with the forest subtype, including suitable non-basic dual lands, which helps fix Hearthhull's black, red, and green mana requirements. Landfall support. The search forest enters the battlefield without using the deck's normal land play, generating another landfall trigger and increasing the supply of lands available. Post your commander on the comments section below, and we will create a video like this for you. Thank you for watching.